Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about a concept that I'm very familiar with, and that's the Mastermind Alliance. Napoleon Hill is someone, he is a thought leader, he is deceased now, but a lot of people reference Napoleon Hill because he wrote Think and Grow Rich, which is a very popular book for personal development, and a lot of very successful people read that book, and some people read it every single day. So apart from the book, there's a talk that's like 2.5 hours long. I've listened to that so many times. I remember a few years ago I was like preparing for a Model UN conference where I was going to be Palestine, and that entire night, I think I had like 2 venti lattes that I got from Starbucks, and I was listening to Napoleon Hill on that specific talk or talks that he had on loop that entire night. I think I got like 1 hour of sleep or something, or 30 minutes of sleep. Then I ended up winning Outstanding Delegate with my partner at the time. For that conference, which was interesting. I don't know if there really was an association with that, but that was kind of interesting looking back on that I was listening to those talks at the time. So the thing I want to talk to you guys about today is the Mastermind Alliance. And this is a concept, again, Napoleon Hill talks about it in his talks. But it's basically when you get 2 or more people together, and this could be a family member, it could be a coworker, it could be a boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife, whatever you want, but you have a similar vision, a similar purpose, and you're in harmony with one another. So let's say you both want to do something good in the world, like build up a recycling project, and you individually want to do that, but together you're able to accomplish a lot more, because he even references this in his talk specifically, and he also talks about it in the book. But basically, in the Mastermind Alliance, when you're with someone in perfect harmony and you're trying to attain the same goal, you are able to do more than what you would have ever been able to do in a lifetime, hypothetically, with that person, and you would be able to do it, let's say, within a year. I kind of mangled the way that sounds, but hopefully you guys understand what I mean. So why I think it's important is because I think it specifically relates to relationships in general, and the kind of relationship I want to have in the future, and that's being with someone, and you may not be the same on every single level, but going into a relationship, if you have a similar vision, a similar goal for your life, this is why I think that morality and beliefs are way more important than necessarily personality. I think personality is a bonus, so there are certain personalities that I may prefer over others, but at the end of the day, if you're able to see eye to eye on your morality and just the fundamental things about yourselves, this doesn't mean like, oh, I like to play outside and you like to stay inside. Like, well, actually that could be a big thing. Anyways, it's not going to be like the trivial things. It's the big things that matter, at least to me. So going into a relationship, having the same goals, having the same vision, and then creating something magnificent. I've heard this before, and the math's going to be off, but hopefully this drills in the point. A lot of people look at relationships, and this goes into the Mastermind Alliance, a lot of people look at it as bringing 50-50 to the table and creating 100% with another person. So that's, let's say I
brought 50% and my future boyfriend slash husband brought 50%. And then we created 100%. It doesn't really work that way, because when you do stuff like that, oh sorry, I'm getting a snap. I'm so popular. I'm just kidding. I'm not. It's probably just my friends replying to if they're going to be there this weekend. But anyways, if you go into it with yourself not full, and you see yourself as lacking, and that the other person has to be there to build you up, and you're dependent on one another in that way, the relationship it may not fail, but it's not going to be as great as what it would be if you both brought 100% to the table. This doesn't mean you have to be perfect. This doesn't mean that you don't want to change yourself, and this doesn't mean really anything, but it means that, I mean, in the sense that I think a lot of people think when I say 100% that you have to have like everything going on in your life. I sure as hell don't have everything together, and I don't try to ever make it appear like I do. I know some people try to do that. I don't give a shit about that. I know that my life isn't perfect, but I'm working towards being the best version of myself. And that's what's very important to me. And that's what's very important to the Mastermind Alliance. When you're able to come together with someone, and this doesn't have to be a relationship, but I'm going to reference a relationship because that's what comes to mind for me. But if you're able to find someone that is 100% trying to work on themselves and be a better person and work towards their goal, and you are also doing the same thing, even though it might be slightly different, because everybody's going to be different, then you are able to create 1000%. And I know that sounds, again, the math is muddled, but I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. You're way more with someone if you are both secure within yourselves. And again, not perfection, but you're working on yourself. You're trying to be the best version of yourselves. And you're positively encouraging one another. So I never want to get into a relationship with someone and feel like I'm getting in the way of their success, and vice versa. I want to lift that person up, and I want them to lift me up as well. And I want it to come from a place of positivity and optimism and realism as well, because I can be idealistic and a dreamer, but taking a step back and realizing the best for one another. And again, this ties into not only relationships, it ties into all types of mastermind alliances that you want to create in the future. And this is just a quick video. It's actually the end of my lunch break. I tried filming this before and then my camera overheated, but I will talk about this more in depth in the future, and if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will link the talk in the description below. I think it's worth giving a listen. Again, it's 2.5 hours, but you don't have to watch him. And I also recommend reading the book, Think and Grow Rich. It's a very good introductory book to personal development, but there's also a lot of high-level concepts. And I never claim to be perfect at personal development, even though I have been studying it for, I think, 12 or 13 years. I just think it's worth anybody giving a shot and listening, because there has to be a reason why there's so many successful people that listen and read his words, and words similar to his. So I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.